In this hyper-connected digital age, language travels faster than ever before. A single sentence can be copied, shared, distorted, and amplified, reaching thousands of people in a matter of seconds. Yet, the harm caused by these words accumulates in silence. Prolonged verbal attacks can trigger anxiety and depression, and in extreme cases, lead to irreversible tragedies. According to the 2022 survey on cyber violence among young social media users in mainland China, 38.6% of users have experienced some form of online harassment, and nearly half suffer from severe anxiety. Perhaps, in the distant future, cyber violence no longer exists. Our story begins from this future perspective, the corrected future. This is a narrative starting point where cyber violence has been nearly eradicated from the public discourse. In this environment, the truth is transparent and accessible. Diverse perspectives still exist, but discussions no longer stray from the facts. Public opinion has become stable and orderly. To immerse users in this future world, our web interface simulates a futuristic version of TikTok. Here, you will see a viral video and can post your own comments. We have integrated a large language model, LLM, to identify the sentiment of your input. If negative emotions are detected, the system reveals the underlying truth and urges you to reconsider your words. In our narrative, this identification mechanism was born from a catastrophic turning point, a massive event of collective cyber violence. During that event, a surge of negative emotions created high-intensity emotional waves. This abnormal resonance eventually broke through the virtual layer, causing large-scale physical and psychological harm in the real world. In the aftermath, scientists analyzed massive datasets of cyber violence to establish warning mechanisms and designated a memorial day to warn against the dangers of information distortion. Looking back from the future, we begin by presenting a cyber violence incident that led to grave consequences, with its original details intentionally blurred. Here, we uncover the intricate link between cyber violence and information distortion, using a timeline to mark the critical nodes where facts were twisted. This timeline culminates in the tragic end of the victim. As you continue to scroll, you will find that the violent rhetoric still persists, a poignant reflection of real-life events. When cyber violence occurs, the harm is enduring and unrelenting. As you scroll down the page, following a descending silhouette, we transition into the data visualization portion of our project. We use a hurricane as our core visual element, representing the non-individualistic and uncontrollable nature of cyber violence. Participants are often like tiny particles in a gale, seemingly insignificant, yet collectively creating a force of immense destruction. While the hurricane eventually dissipates, the trauma it leaves behind does not fade with the trending hashtags. This guide encourages viewers to re-examine their own position and responsibility within these information storms. We filtered 64 of the most influential cyber violence incidents from the past 5 years, crawling multidimensional data from news and social media, including event details, victim information, comment, heat, and public sentiment. First, we display the distribution of sentiments before and after the public outcry reached its peak, visualized through cyclone-shaped sector charts. Before the truth surfaces, emotions often outrun the facts. People are easily swayed by one-sided narratives and distorted information, passing judgment in the heat of the moment. These thoughtless fragments of speech are what fuel the fire. In cases where victims were later exonerated, many original hateful videos were deleted and could not be retrieved. We chose to leave these areas blank. Like a hurricane passing through, the words may vanish, but the scars they leave are indelible. As stories unfold and reversals occur, the public may begin to condemn the original harassment and support the victim. However, often under the guise of justice, people use the same violent methods to hunt and judge the perceived instigator. Thus, cyber violence completes a second cycle, forming a new loop of harm. By comparing the charts from before and after, we can observe a significant divergence in public sentiment and attitude. Moving further, we use radial graphics of varying hues and saturations to display categories such as the sources, forms, and results of these attacks. These graphics pierce the center like blades, striking the victim from every direction. Cyber violence is complex and multi-sourced. Even when victims attempt to fight back or use legal weapons, they often face high costs and long cycles, with outcomes that rarely bring true closure. Law may be late, but the psychological trauma is immediate and beyond repair. Finally, at the very eye of the hurricane, we reveal the ultimate consequences. For most victims, the end of a storm does not bring peace, but deep psychological wounds. This persistent torment has driven many to the brink of self-harm or suicide. Our seemingly casual comments can, with a single tap of a finger, culminate in an irreversible tragedy. After the data, we bring you back to reality into a warm, quiet room. As the dream ends, we hope you realize the power behind every word you speak. We have the power to make the world better. This beautiful reality may seem like a dream now, but it is a future within our reach. We hope everyone who visits this project realizes they possess a power strong enough to change the world. When we stand together, that future is no longer distant, it is moving toward us, one step at a time.